Absolutely. All right, so here we go. It's Orbit and Nova. We got Zenith, Blenders, One Scoop, and Sneaky Evil for Orbit. We got the full crew on board here. And for Nova, it's Venom, Sir Dimwee, Ascend. Still got to get used to that, as well as Zesper and Zenith taking this out here for a very quick assault for the first goal. It's One Scoop.
Very, very quick opening there. Very strong showing from Orbit there. Just getting right behind the goal and just nailing it right in there.
Yeah,
very hard to defend against that.
Wasted no time at all on that one. Just 7 seconds into that initial joust clock.
We have Dimwee passing it. Venom taking the disc on the right-hand side. They're just looking for that cross pass. Just missing, though. Still recovered by Dimwee. Looking for that deeper down-low pass. Just a little bit too far. Right into the hands of Sneaky Evil. Going for that reset back to go there to Blenders. Who's sending it right through the tunnel on that long clear. It's going to be a boost race to see who gets there first.
It will be Orbit who does get there first. Not a lot of momentum, but Zenith has some time. So just looking and directing traffic. You can see him pointing. So right there, obviously the close comms on the team. Very strong for Orbit, no doubt. And we saw a lot of that team play last season as they go for maybe a team play here. It's Zenith having it saved by Dimwee. Losing it out. And good stun from Sneaky gets the 2. So 4-0.
To see it. What a great save by Dimwee. Just couldn't get it out of his hands quick enough to clear it down there. So Orbit was just able to take it back. Hate to see it as a goalie. Love to see it on the other team, though.
There's good recollection there, and it's so dangerous in 4v4 when you can't get rid of it fast enough. The save's always great to see. Defensively, these teams very talented, but man, it's just more than ever, you've got to get rid of those discs just as soon as you touch it, basically, when you're that close to the goal.
Nova going with a slow on-the-floor rollout here, just trying to get that movement started. Unable to connect that pass, though, but still able to recover the disc. Just trying to get that movement through the tunnel. Nova playing with a strong passing game here, going for that high pass. Just a little too far ahead of Sir Dimwee there, but getting pressured. Will he be able to get the disc out of there? No, but they both got stunned. Sir Dimwee recollecting it.
And snagging it, sending it to Ascend, and looking towards the corner, couple pass options, just goes for the 3. Okay, well, gets it then. I mean, I take it back. Don't need a pass to just get the shot.
Who needs to pass when you just sink it right in there? Orbit was not expecting that. I don't think anyone was seeing that one coming.
That's one of those ones where, yeah, it's, I mean, there was, I believe, Dimwee it was on the other side. One of those Nova players looking to maybe bother the goalie, but I don't think anyone expected the shot. The stun not even quite in place, but they still got it. So they'll take it as this rollout forms for Orbit.
Going for that long clear, trying to boost up to it quickly, but Sir Dimwee able to recollect, but Sneaky steals it out of his hand once again to put it in for a 2.
That's the second time, I believe, involving the same 2 players, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was
Sir Dimwee and Sneaky.
Yeah, so Sneaky being true to his name on both accounts. That was both Sneaky and Evil on the 6th point for Orbit.
Nova moving up here with a bit fast of a rollout here. Unable to get that pass, though. But it looks like Zesper's still going to be able to recollect it. Looking for that open pass, but the man coverage here from Orbit is pretty tight and really close to where they're trying to get there. Pass just sails a little bit too far out of that past Venom there as Sneaky recovers it and sends it up to Sneaky. Blenders recovered it, my bad. And they're just slowly walking up, looking for that open shot, taking the 3.
Oh, how did he get that through? A couple defenders getting back in goal. I thought one of them would manage to get it, but just kind of it just watched it roll in.
Just watched it slowly go in, just past the hands of 2 defenders from Nova there. That one hurts.
A slow start here for Nova. You saw them earlier. You mentioned they were rolling out slowly. We'll see how they perform on this one, on the rollout. But yeah, you figure after that last game, granted there were some issues in that game, I know, for both teams against Instinct, but just were not able to find kind of that Nova offense that and flow to the game that we were expecting. So right now, it still seem a little bit off kilter for Nova, but luckily only behind by 6 points.
As the clear doesn't go out, once again, it's just still stuck in limbo in mid there, but able to get it downfield towards the blue net. The boost comes in quickly.
Oh, there you go.
Zesper stealing it out of the hands of Zenith as Easton's just looking for that pass, trying to buy some time, slow it down, get back into the territory that Nova's so good at playing in, and that's the controlled passing that they're so good at.
Yeah, there's the rectangle kind of forming. You can see just corner to corner. very, very nice spacing for Nova. It's what they've improved on a lot throughout the preseason especially, but now going into Season 1, they've prided themselves on their practice and their spacing, their pacing. Here comes a faster pace on some of the stacks. Maybe another Orbit opportunity as one scoop goes in for a great pass to Sneaky for the dunk.
What a good recognition by One Scoop there, seeing his teammate there, seeing he was not in a great position to take a shot, and just saw his teammate walking up just at the correct speed and was like, you know, you can have it, and just quick little handoff, and then went. Great play from Orbit there.
So building themselves some momentum here. You mentioned for Orbit over in week 1, and even in the last match yesterday, Orbit not really finding their full team. You know, a couple players visiting Disneyland, I guess, here and there, but now they've got themselves their roster and trying to make a move. Sneaky. Whoa, a great save. Again, and this time he's quicker on the clear, gets it through, but unfortunate interception.
Unfortunate interception. One Scoop going for that shot attempt, just misses it, bouncing off the lower geometry there. Back into the hands of Venom, recollecting it, passing it down along the floor. Great pass to teammate Zesper. Zesper not going to take the shot on the net there because Blenders is getting back there in time, but he wasn't able to get rid of it quick enough. So it's going to be recollected by One Scoop, who's going for that clear. See whose boost will be able to get down there faster because that's what it's going to come down to here. Esend being able to recollect it first for Nova there, just sending it back into the tunnel there, trying to find the hands of his teammate. And off, great cross pass down to the Zesper there. 2-on-2 here in the bubble. Taking it just right beneath his feet there. What a great shot there.
And good look. Easy does it for the bucket for Zesper. Just took it in off kind of the broken defense. There was a lot of ping-ponging between the lanes, so eventually once Nova took advantage of the disc and finally had kind of an open lane to work up a bit slower. Everyone stuck a bit in the back line. Real quick, too, to Twitch chat, thanks for joining us here. See the numbers popping up a bit from where we started. So right here, popping in for maybe a shot, and it's going to be a 3 for One Scoop, 14-5.
That hurts Nova at this point in time. They have enough time to come back, but it'd be very close. So they have to play a little bit faster than what they have been so far. Got to capitalize on a bit more mistakes that Orbit has been making. So let's see if they're able to do it.
And see Grumpy there in chat as well. Grumpiest Broom, obviously one of Shepard's teammates over on Flare as a defensive play goes for Zenith. He'll have an open shot at this one, but looks maybe a little. I was gonna say too low, but right into the goal instead. So
right into that bottom pocket.
Yeah,
that is not an easy bottom pocket to hit off that backboard either. That's a great shot by Zenith. Whether it's intentional or not, still a great shot.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to ding off the pole. It looked a little bit awkward, but what do I know? That was a good shot.
Apparently nothing. We know nothing. Oh, going off with a different rollout here. Just a quick little handoff. Trying to bait out that double stack that they have going for them, but the pass was unable to connect through mid there, so it's going to go back into the hands of Sneaky. Resetting it all the way in the back to Blenders there.
Who's
just going to buy time.
No, nothing. That's like a double negative, so it cancels each other out. Meaning I know everything, Shepard. Now, off it goes here, too. One Scoop as he takes that. It's going to be a deep shot. This time, not the same results off the bank. And back to Nova. And yeah, for everyone joining us a little bit after the start, this is Shepard joining me here for his first cast of the season, as well as Subtlety on cam. So just a quick shout out there as Blenders takes us over and goes up high.
Going for that long shot, that long boop shot, doesn't make it, though. Just clearing it out of their bubble. Nova's just trying to get a hand on it, trying to be able to recollect, slow it down, find their footing, but Orbit's just keeping that pressure on way too high as he goes in for the 2v1.
Oh!
Off of it, Esend's head. What a save there. Venom getting in that net there, buying time for one of them to get back there. Zenith is just buying time to let his team set up, play around, trying to drag that defense out. Sneaky taking it down from a mean angle from the top.
Keeping them all kinds of off balance with that defense, or with those passes. So the defense just looking in every which direction, not even sure where the next pass or shot's gonna come from. So it was a good swarm on offense from Orbit. And right now it's Sneaky leading the way, 11 points on the game, ahead by everyone else pretty much by double or triple. As maybe looking to line up a triple from the aforementioned Sneaky. If he can get this one off. Oh, but just misses.
Dinging it. Wow, what a steal there from Venom outside of the tunnel. Came just a delayed right, came really quickly. Venom didn't even see it coming. It hurts to see. Nova taking it back. Venom going for that clear right into the hands of Blenders, holding down that back line as he always does, though, very well. Finding that pass to his teammate across. What a great save from Dimwee, though. Jumping out there to catch that interception there. Let's see if they're going to be able to capitalize on it or not, but it looks like Zenith is going to reclaim it once again, going for that long shot. So Dimwee just trying to not let them score one more time.
Dimwee doing a nice job there. He's got credited 3 saves. I'm pretty sure he's got maybe a 4 at least, but either way, he's had some good grabs on defense. Some of them grabbed right back, granted, but they'll take it. And it will be the 1-round victory in this first round, 19-5 for Orbit.
What a strong showing by Orbit right out of the gate there. Came out, played very aggressively, played at their rate, played the way they wanted to play the game, and Nova couldn't keep up with it in this round by the look of it. But we have seen Nova come back from worse losses before.
Well,
So
yeah,
it's gonna
we
be quite
mentioned the
interesting.
Ignite
Ignite
one
match.
earlier, obviously.
Yeah.
That one having a nice first round. The second round, though, against Ignite, they got pretty much blown out for most of it. They made a little bit of a late move to start building some momentum. And then the third round, though, they really recollected to seal the victory. Again, the match versus Instinct last night, just not the Nova we're used to seeing. And even for Instinct, there was a match that had some maybe outside issues being involved, some disconnects. I know, sometimes these things happen, but you just got to roll with it and just recollect and move on to the next match. That's the nice part of having a long season, is that you have one off day. It's just on to the next one. Plenty more.
Exactly. One match won't seal your fate.
And I see Sputnik there also joining in, as well as Chrome Platypus, so some more familiar faces. For,
my boy's rolling up.
Yeah, for Shepard, whole party is coming on together. I guess teaming up on the stream and Twitch end of things as this launch goes off, and Orbit retains or proclaims it first.
Seeing that really fast stack coming out of Orbit there, trying to find that reset. Does get it back to his teammate there, but is Blenders able to get it before Zenith? Zesper taking it out of the hands of Blenders there, just narrowly missing that bounce shot, that long shot there from the floor. Very hard angle that he shot from, but looking for his teammate, seeing his teammate.
Oh, wow.
What a great save by Blenders there, though. Just snagging it right before it could go in. One scoop, able to punch out the enemies and send that flying down there.
And there's a player, too, in Blenders. In fact, when we were casting the match yesterday, and just talking about also, in our own time, Dimwee gave credit to Blenders in previous streams, just saying that for as good as he is on the back line, Blenders is actually showing himself to be very capable inside the goal, and we saw it right there, just defensively.
Oh, absolutely. Blenders will hold down that back line like no one else will. It's quite entertaining to watch, actually, but Orbit here just showing that they can pass around as well, but unfortunately, just narrowly missed as pressuring on that backline there, but the intercept from one scoop right into the hands of Zenith for the open net, but into Dimwee's hands as he floats right into the proper position, trying to get that clear out there.
Easiest save he'll get today so far. It was a pretty slow one, but
oh, absolutely.
Zenith looking for another.
Looking for another. Orbit just retaining that disc, sending it back, going for that reset, trying to slow it down, drag the defensive Nova out of position, seeing what they can make with it here.
So one scoop is up top being contested. They're just going to back it out, though. You can see, again, that formation for Orbit forming. They know just as much as Nova where to put themselves positionally. And again, another save. A clear, not quite there. So retaken by Venom. He's trying to slap it out of there, but gets kind of slapped in the face instead. So it goes right back out to Orbit on the sidewall, but bounces, takes a bad one, a reset, now actually getting directly to the hands of one scoop, but then slammed out of there, and Venom taking it away, trying to just find a lane to finally clear it, and there goes the stack for Nova, trying to recollect and maybe score, and they will not! So some misses up close, Shepard, so far for Nova. They have 2 looks that they've not been able to convert on, 1-3, and then that 2-pointer.
Nova's been consistently getting it down there, consistently getting really close to scoring, but they're just having a difficult time putting it in that net. It's not the easiest thing to do ever, but here comes a stack from one scoop and Sneaky, quickly sailing down that field and just putting it right in the net there. First points of the game go to Orbit.
And it took a solid 2.5 minutes there for that score in the second round, so already we're going to go off to this first joust now, off that first 2 points, and see what they come out here with Nova, because they do have some nice rollouts, both them and the Wireless Jacks. I know they're sister teams, they call each other, and they both have some pretty nice offensive rollouts that I'm entertained by watching.
Oh, absolutely. The rollouts are really unique, and it's great seeing those new different rollouts coming out from all these different teams. Just mixing it up how teams come out there, so it's not just every team does one defining thing in this meta. No, it's every team's working on different plays, different styles, and we're seeing that in this game. We have the orbital drop, and don't know if we have a name for Nova's rollouts yet, but Nova keeps consistently getting it down there, but they're just unable to capitalize on their success in the midfield. Let's see if they'll be able to turn that around here.
You know, one of the rollouts I've been seeing as they try to just squeeze it through here, the offensive rollouts, kind of clever where they go off the midfield, like the midline, but they go for those corner ones. So it basically takes a bounce to the opposite corner on a rollout. This is shot's going to miss, but rebound also misses. That is fortunate because you don't want to give up more points here against
no,
Orbit.
especially not on a quick turnover like that. That would have hurt them much more than it would have looked. What a save at coming out from Easend, though, as he just snags it out of the air there, trying to get that pass, just narrowly missing, but still able to be reclaimed by Zesper, sending it back once again, trying to slow it down, find their passing lanes, get set up. Not the easiest thing to do, especially right off a save like that.
You know, for as hard of a time as they might be having on Nova just getting it through this mid lane, you cannot knock their bubble defense right now. They've had just save after save. It's just more so that what happens right after that Nova is struggling to put together.
Oh, absolutely. But the saves have been very impressive coming out from both sides right now. But just getting it out of your bubble is not an easy task, especially when you cannot clear it against a player like Blenders, because he will always be there to reclaim it. As you can see, he's already back in their bubble on Orbit there, just trying to get it back again. One scoop, sending it down, heavily contested as well. They're right into the hands of Esend, though. Trying to find that pass, does manage to find it to Venom, but Venom still contested, walking it back, slowing it down, trying to find that pass. Just barely makes it through to him. Zenith is able to catch him, though, and stun him out, though.
Still a nice grab from Ascend, though, and trying
Very
to get
nice
that through.
slap.
Blenders still gets that, and that's going to be another clear, trying to look for their own boost is Nova, but fast on the approach. Both teams overshooting. Venom takes the control, dishes it off softly to Sir Dimwee, but there is one and goal already, so just forced to send a deep pass now over to Ascend, and we'll see what they do. They might have a breakaway situation, twos, but looks like they're going to wait for their team to get back to the front line here.
Probably the smart play because they're very heavily contested, and the bounce shot off the backboard makes it past Blenders, tying the game up from Zesper.
Yeah, good shot there. It's one of those, basically the window for a possible breakaway. There was like a brief one, but the moment they just kind of grabbed onto the floor to anchor down, that's when the moment had passed. And like you mentioned, a smart move because it did buy them a more patient goal, and they tied it up here with 3:54 left in this second round.
Very close match so far. I want to see this go to a game 3 because it's going to be a great game 3. But One Scoop taking that shot, dragging Dimmy out of net there, baiting him out. That shot, that just bounce was unfortunate for the goalie there. But One Scoop seeing that open net, taking that shot and just sinking it right in there.
So good shot by One Scoop. Finally a disc getting past the hands of Sir Dimwee, just slightly out of position on that one, and in perfect position was Orbit. So there is that down low drop of a rollout that we see, I mean, both of these teams use. It's not going to find too much efficiency as it's, again, stuck here on this side of the floor off of a lot of ricocheted bounces and not really kind of the clean passes that they want at the moment for Nova.
It's a good rollout they got going on there, but they just can't get the momentum going past their bubble and immediate midfield there. They're having a difficult time just making it out of there.
And how much do you think that's also partly just due to Blenders knowing in the back of your head that he is always deep in the back line waiting for any clear?
Oh, absolutely. That has a huge mental game on players, especially when you're on that bubble defense. You're like, oh, I can't clear it. Or it's just that moment of panic where you go to clear it, then you know he's there, so you just end up whipping the disc right to the floor. Yeah, exactly. You try to botch the clear, and he'll still be able to get it just because it makes it that much easier, too. But Zesper trying to find that pass, find that clear. Venom unable to find a pass in time. Getting stolen by Zenith, trying to find that pass there. Just sails right past Sneaky there, but he still managed to recollect it. Just passing around as Orbit does. But loses the disc there. Still able to reclaim it, though. Sneaky.
See, this is
just in the back there.
The crazy thing about Orbit, though, as you're sitting at play with all those missed opportunities on the clears, things like that. The crazy thing about Orbit, and we discussed it last season, so much of their offense, because of Blenders back there, it's 3 on 4, basically. And they still manage to get into the bubble. They still manage to score at a good rate, so it's almost uncanny how, despite being down a player in the front line, Orbit still finds himself with so many wins across the preseason and now going into Season 1.
Well, a 3v4 offense isn't the hardest thing in the world to do. Sure, it puts you at a little bit of a defense but at an offset, but you still have Sir Dimwee taking that disc in there.
Well, if it was that easy, I would love to see other teams do it, but the thing is they don't. They try, but it is hard. Now, it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, no, but it's still a 3v3. It requires they still have a goalie in that net, so that's what's so crucial about the resets on their side there, because you need that good passing. You need to be able to draw one of those defenders out there, so it can be a 2v3 in that bubble, or else it's not going to happen.
Okay,
Dimwee reclaiming it there, right into the hands of One Scoop. Venom snagging it right out of the air right before it could go in for another 3 from One Scoop. Going for that pass back to Isen there. Just trying to set up a passing lane here before One Scoop can pressure him too hard. Venom just sitting there open, waiting, trying to find that momentum going forward to take it through mid, but he's kind of in a tough spot right now. Great cross pass to Venom there, just looking for his teammates. Finding Isen with a quick cross pass up top there, trying to find his teammate again. Just off the marker there as Zenith is able to punch him out and reclaim it there. The clear does not go out, however, though, but it's still into the hands of Orbit as it's maintaining that possession. But Dimwee taking that possession once again, stealing it from Orbit, saying, no, it's staying on this side. We have 10 seconds left, and we're going to score 2 more points, but Zenith is saying, nope, right back at him. And Orbit gets that clear out successfully. Right back into the hands of Nova, though, but stopped once again in the tunnel there. And it looks like this game's done. Over.
Orange comes out on top.
Okay, so that will be the first round there to, well, the second round to Orbit. I mean, that was just, dominant game. I mean, not a big score differential, but again, the Orbit defense just causing other teams to scramble as they do. So even though they weren't able to score with quite as much gusto as in the past games, they still managed to claim this victory here in the second round, 2-0. So great job to them. Unfortunately, stats are now gone, but that's okay because we got that plug-in, so I'm sure people in the chat were keeping up to date throughout.
Why do the stats always leave us so quickly?
Well, once we get the default rules switched up there, I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, we do have now another match impending in the